Also take this conversation forward with our guest and correspondent. Let me welcome Ajay Malhotra, former Indian ambassador to Russia. Also Major General Sanjay Soy, a defense expert. Joining us also is our colleague Siddharth Bharadwaj to get us the latest on the developments as far as President Putin's official engagements are concerned. Good morning and welcome to all of you. Ambassador Malhotra, if we can begin with you. India-Russia partnership is hailed as time-tested friendship often. Now, in this visit of President Putin, what new tests, what new opportunities lie ahead?
Well, yes, it is truly time-tested and trust-based. I think the most important thing is we have over the years realized that if there's a country we can trust in all of this, it is Russia. And so that is very important when we look at how to expand the relationship and how to grow it. But before that, I want to make one comment. I saw how nice it was that our Prime Minister presented a Bhagavad Gita to President Putin. Incidentally, the first translation of the Bhagavad Gita into Russian was done by Nikolai Novikov in the year 1788. And so this is something that they are familiar with. And it is very nice to see that this is also being put forward. Coming back. So yes, economic cooperation, trade, including trade and investment, would be important focus of the visit. Our trade is at about $70 billion, as you said, but of it only $5 billion is Indian exports. So there's a huge opportunity out there. There are sectors where we can definitely move in, and I think our entrepreneurs need to be a little more pushy in that. The structures that are required to enable it are largely in place. But for example, those getting outcompeted elsewhere could think of Russia as a new destination. And I refer here to not only pharma, which has traditionally been involved in Russia, but also automobiles, textiles, leather, IT services. All of these have great prospects. And so looking ahead, there's much we can do together in the trade front. In the investment front, again, very nice to see that the top bankers have come in from Russia. Sberbank, for example, is the biggest bank out there, and that they're thinking of doing things together with India. They've opened a mutual fund to allow Russian investors to invest in India and partake also of the opportunities we have here for foreign investors. And I noticed also two other very nice things that they've done. They are thinking of how they can, for example, send in gold, which can be exported to India, and the bank would take the lead in that. So that's another, I think, appropriate way to look at things that might be attractive in the Indian context. Thirdly, they are looking at buying government securities. So that is, again, another good way by which Russian savings can be invested and get a better return out of what is provided to Indian consumers on the Indian financial market. So there, even in these sectors, there's a lot we can do together. If you look at new avenues, and I do hope our businessmen will take these opportunities and move them forward.
All right. Major, so if I could bring you in, as far as the relationship on defense and security goes, India and Russia have been partners for long. For a large part, a lot of the weaponry that India imported, being the largest importer of armaments in the world at one stage, was from Russia. That has gone down. But still, Russia has been part of India's journey to even focus on self-reliance where its own defense is concerned. So that relationship has matured further. What more can be added to it at this stage by these two leaders meeting today?
Sorry, Gautam, thank you so much. And you have rightly brought out that India has been procuring a lot of defense equipment from Russia. And in fact, earlier it was almost 70% of defense procurement were from Russia. Now it has come down to about 37-38%. And we have diversified our imports from US and France. However, with this coming visit and the number of deals which are likely to take place, whether it is S-400, and we are also thinking of S-500, Su-57, Panzer air defense missile systems. So there are chances that it will again go up further. Second thing is the best thing which Gautam you have also brought out, that they allow us to make in India. Like we have been doing it, whether it is the BrahMos, T-90 tanks, Sukhoi and aircraft. So that same thing is now replicated. That makes a lot of difference because then our supply chain is assured. We can increase numbers, and also like it is happening in the case of BrahMos, we are also looking for export like we have done with the Philippines also. And AK-203 is also being made in India with Russian collaboration. So there's a lot of happening. Besides that, other important thing which is happening is reloss. I mean, making Indian bases available to Russian military infrastructure, whether ships or aircraft, and similar thing Russia will do to the Indian aircrafts and ships to provide logistic support. That is another milestone which has been ratified before Putin came to India. Third thing which is there is that we are also thinking of improving connectivity, whether it's the north-south corridor through Iran or Chennai, Vladivostok maritime corridor. So we are thinking of different paradigms, whether it is in the field of arms ammunition, whether it is in the field of connectivity, whether it is in the field of other security, or balance of payment, and also in the field of nuclear energy. That is one major thing which is going to happen, because India is looking for by 2047 100 gigawatt of production of clean nuclear energy. At present, we are just about 8.8 gigawatts. So that is where the Russia plays a major role. They have been again a trusted partners in all fields, whether it was a nuclear energy project in Bilateral, and now also they are offering their nuclear energy, and government is also looking to privatize the nuclear energy investment by the private sector. So there are a lot of things which are happening, and I'm sure this visit will add many new milestones. The trust factor is already there, and whether it is a trade, defense, nuclear, connectivity, and people-to-people contact, they are ready to take our manpower to help them in rebuild and construction and train and white-collar and blue-collar manpower. There are many things which are going to happen, Gautam.
Right, Gautam, let's also get some insights into how the day is planned ahead. DD India correspondent Siddharth Bharadwaj is connected with us. Siddharth, if you could take us through the key engagements of Russian President Vladimir Putin alongside Prime Minister Modi.
Well, definitely, Shubhendu. A very good morning to you. And it is a packed itinerary for Russian President Vladimir Putin, who arrived in Delhi yesterday. And in fact, Prime Minister Narendra Modi himself went to the airport to, to receive him, which goes on to show the warm ties between both the countries. And the picture that surfaced in the car all over social media, in fact, which Prime Minister Narendra Modi also shared on his X handle, goes on to show the relation, the ties which are strengthening between both the countries. And when you talk about today, the itinerary is really packed. First, Russian President Vladimir Putin will be accorded a ceremonial welcome at the forecourt of the Rashtrapati Bhavan. After that, he will be going to the Rajghat to pay tributes, to pay respects to the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi. And after that, both Russian President Vladimir Putin and Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be meeting in Hyderabad House in New Delhi, wherein there are some MOUs which are expected to be signed. We don't have the details of the MOU though, but as and when they will come, we will give you those details. And after that, it is followed by a joint statement. And apart from that, there are some other engagements throughout the day. So it's a packed itinerary for both Russian President Vladimir Putin and Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Shubhendu.
All right, Siddhartha, we'll come back to you.